Hello everyone! I've made a few, but not enough, videos reviewing the entirety of Homestuck. Next up on the docket is the review of Act 4, which is coming despite me not uploading in a whole year. Oops. But I really need to pick up production soon, because right now is the best time to be making Homestuck videos in a long while. They just announced an animated series pilot by Vivziepop. This of course is probably the worst news I've ever heard in my whole life. Frankly, I want to jump off the nearest cliff. Unfortunately, this is now happening. This is the reality that we live in. They've posted a 50-second long trailer. Surprisingly, it's pretty faithful. This actually surprises me. Hussy once had a Formspring post about a hypothetical film adaptation, where he said he would heavily thrash HS to the point of vandalization in adapting it to film. So I would adapt the story to accommodate the purest film experience. Please note that as HS now stands, it is accommodating what I regard as the purest internet experience. Something of a media free-for-all, heavily user-engaging and unpredictable. But I like traditional components in cinema that have already been charted thoroughly by great filmmakers. An animated series, of course, isn't a movie, so there is definitely room to tell more of the story. But the gist of it is about online friendships and playing Spurb, which doesn't necessarily need to be exactly like the comic. I'd actually be fine with condensing or changing the story. It needs to be cut down. Trying to adapt the entire thing fills me with dread. Just reviewing it is already stressful enough. How long is this thing gonna be anyway? As long as the One Piece anime? God forbid. I guess it would have to be picked up first though. This is just an announcement for a pilot. It seems to still take place in 2009, which is surprising to me. John has a flip phone. What, not a PDA? I guess they'll be talking in voice calls now and not instant messaging. Spurb still comes on a disc too. See, that's the one thing I wouldn't necessarily mind, if they had brought it to the modern day. The original story did encapsulate the late 2000s/early 2010s internet culture. So this new one could do the same for the 2020s internet culture. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. The only problem that I see is that the 2020s internet culture sucks. But I did notice that all the right details are still there, which is great. Like Jade still has her reminders. The homes of the characters are all correct. I'm surprised that Carcat is there though. I suppose they're going to integrate the trolls into the story more early this time. The pilot looks mostly like it's about Act 1, though Jade doesn't enter the temple until Act 3. It should be interesting to see how this is going to be condensed. I see Hussy self-insert made it in. I wonder if he's gonna voice him. The real question, of course, is if we'll get the future Arachnid's grip joke. I'm gonna guess they don't have the balls. I see that Toby's involved as John, finally reprising his role from The Baby Is You.
Hi, I'm John Eggberg.
One can only wonder if he will reprise Skipper Plumthroat though. If this does make it a series, I see him getting recasted because frankly, he has better things to do. Also, Vivziepop just likes recasting people. I am pleased they credited Toby as Radiation though. Unfortunately, this all comes at a pretty bad time for Homestuck itself. Andrew Hussey was once again being a dickhead, and the unofficial Homestuck collection was taken down. If you don't know, this is a fan-made application that lets you read the whole comic. The Flash animations work perfectly, and everything is preserved. This is because the official website barely works. But Hussey doesn't like people doing things with his property. If he doesn't have total control over something, he will take it down or take it over. Michael Guy Bowman has also come out in confusion, asking if the series will have Spurb and Jungle, because he sure wasn't told about any of this. I predict they'll just steal the song. Homestuck without Spurb and Jungle is like Harry Potter without Hedwig's theme. Admittedly, a Homestuck animated adaptation is something I've dreamed about for years. The problem is Andrew Hussey though. He's nuts now. I really don't like the things that he does. The past decade of Homestuck has been one controversy after another. It's truly been a dismal time. With that being said, am I excited for this? Will it be good? Well, call me cautiously pessimistic. It's not really something I'm too keen on these days. Maybe if this was announced in 2013 or something, I'd be more excited. As it stands, I suppose the power of being associated with hell of a boss will let Homestuck steal another generation of teenagers' souls. It's like pouring gas back onto a smoldering fire. Will I watch it? Of course. But will I like it? Well, I have a bit of old school Homestuck taste. If it's tonally like the first 4 acts, You know, with the Sylladex shenanigans and bad programming jokes and references to Night Court, then sure, that sounds great to me. But if it's like Act 6, where it's just awful Tumblr shipping garbage, that's gonna suck. So we know that Andrew Hussy is unsalvageable. But surely Vivziepop and her wonderful team aren't into awful Tumblr shipping garbage, right?
Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me this time, Smee.
The way I see it is this. Homestuck projects have turned out to be crap for about 10 years at this point. Surely this is what turns the ship around. But who could say for certain? As I said, I like the details that I see in the trailer. Early Homestuck is near and dear to me, so if they can do it justice, I'll be cheering alongside everyone else. If it's bad, well, I'm used to it at this point. All I can say is that more Homestuck content is coming. We will never escape. The ride never ends. Well guys, it looks like we're in Homestuck hell for the long haul. One may wonder if lightning will indeed strike twice. Will the Homestuck animated series be a big hit? Or will being more traditional actually be a hindrance? After all, the comic was a novel experience. I'm sure we'll find out together.